The synthetic medicine cabinet. The big misconception: most people think buying a bottle of vitamins or an herbal capsule at the grocery store means they are doing something natural. The reality is that over 90% of commercial vitamins are fully synthetic. Isolated chemicals created in a lab often are derived from petroleum products, coal tar, and processed cornstarch. The body doesn't always recognize these isolated clones the same way it recognizes whole food. Hey y'all, welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, Homestead Happenings, episode 39. I'm Susan. Grab you something to drink. I've got iced tea, lemonade, tea bags, and coffee waiting for you. Not all vitamins are the same, and being a person that has lupus and other autoimmune diseases, I can tell you my body rejects these chemical replacements. I, like many of you, think popping a multivitamin will work, but all too often we pick up a cheap brand without looking up what we are taking into our body. We just automatically think that this one has to be good for me, while thinking that the experts know what's best for us. In reality, we are buying the junk that is killing us and smiling while we do it. Truth is, most manufacturers are chasing the almighty dollar, and many do not care about the cost it is to the consumer. Pretty packaging, commercials, and ads in magazines and newspapers tell us all we need is this newest trend pill. We swallow it like a fish swallows a fishing hook. The dangle of the newest cure for what ails you, and it's kind of like the charlatans that came through the small towns selling a magic elixir. Here's a reality check. In nature, vitamins never exist as an isolated crystal. They are a part of a complex team that includes enzymes, cofactors, and trace minerals that tell the body how to use them. Vitamin C versus ascorbic acid. Most store-bought vitamin C is just ascorbic acid, which is only the outer shell of the complete vitamin C complex, which is found in real rose hips and oranges. Vitamin E is also called di-alpha tocopherol. The Di prefix means it's petroleum-derived and synthetic versus the D-alpha tocopherol, which is natural. The body excretes the synthetic version much faster because it recognizes it as a foreign agent. Your body can't be fooled, but we can, and advertisers know this. Synthetic prescriptions and the ancestral roots. The majority of prescription drugs actually started as a plant-based medicine. Drug companies just isolated a single active compound and then synthesized it so it could be patented. For example, aspirin is derived from willow bark. Morphine is derived from the opium poppies. When a lab isolates just one chemical from a plant to make a prescription, they lose the buffering agents nature put in the rest of the plant. This is often why the synthetic pill has a long list of side effects, while the whole plant used traditionally had a much gentler holistic action. The Wild West of herbal medicine and supplements. The adulteration issue. Even when the commercial industries riddled with fillers, synthetic binders, and heavy metals, and standardized extracts that used harsh chemicals, solvents like hexane to strip the herb down. This is where the homestead mindset shines. Real herbal wellness isn't about buying a plastic bottle of standardized extract capsules. It's about relying on the whole, properly dried herbs, traditional infused teas, tinctures made with real food-grade alcohol or apple cider vinegar with mother, and salves. When we remove the commercial lab from the equation, we are helping our body by presenting real healing properties created by God. Truth is, you don't need a fancy $60 designer multivitamin to stay healthy. Traditional foundational wellness is often built on simple single ingredient bottles where you can choose exactly what you are putting into your body without a long list of extras. Good brands like Now, Gia Herbs, Oregon's Wild Harvest, Mountain Rose Herbs, Organic India are brands that honor the whole plant use, regenerative farming, and refuse chemical fillers. Ezekiel 47:12 of the King James Version says, "And the fruit thereof shall be for meat, and the leaf thereof for medicine." Bad brands like Centrum, Centrum Silver, One a Day, Nature Made, Equate, Up and Up, Kirkland Signature, and Nature's Bounty. The Natural Illusion brands Emergency, Irwin Naturals. When you buy these cheap mass-produced pills, they aren't paying for the nutrition. You are paying for the petroleum-derived chemical clones wrapped in an industrial plastics and lubricants. Our bodies weren't designed to digest a chemical plant. They were designed to heal through God's green earth. Man cannot duplicate what the earth has spent a millennia perfecting. When we bypass the laboratory and return to the garden, we find our true substance. Just a reminder, I am not a doctor, I am a homesteader. I don't hold a medical degree. The information in this episode is shared strictly for educational purposes. Always do your own research and consult with a qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your health or wellness routine. A quick legal note. Any company names, brand names, or registered trademarks mentioned in this episode, including but not limited to Centrum, One a Day, Nature Made, and Now Foods, are the property of their respective trademark holders. Our mentioning of these brands is strictly for educational identification, consumer commentary, and review purposes under the Fair Use Guidelines. The analysis and opinions expressed in this episode are entirely my own, based on publicly available product ingredient labels, and do not constitute corporate endowment, sponsorship, or professional or legal or medical advice. This includes all brands mentioned today. When we consume synthetic additives and isolated lab-made vitamins, we are introducing substances into our body that are functioning different from real living food. Because the body is biologically wired to recognize whole food matrices rather than industrial chemicals, these ingredients can trigger a range of unintended bodily responses. Things like cellular lock and key mismatch. Our bodies react to the synthetic molecule through receptors and they don't fully recognize it. The body will treat these synthetic molecules like a foreign invader, working overtime to flush them out through the kidneys and liver, which can lead to a digestive discomfort, nausea, or that familiar neon yellow waste. It can cause metabolic overload, like fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K can't easily be flushed out through urine. They will accumulate in the liver and fatty tissues. High levels can be linked to liver toxicity and joint pain. Synthetic folic acid will be unmetabolized and circulate freely in the bloodstream, which can mask critical nutrient deficiencies and disrupt natural immune functions. Our weekly schedule, long-form videos Monday and Friday, Wednesday podcast, all drop at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. The third Monday live is at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Our channel has interactive videos, meaning you will find extra information in the description box below our videos, on the Community tab, and extras in our shorts videos. Please consider subscribing to my channel and please consider becoming a monthly channel member. The industrial additives effect to the gut. Magnesium stearate can slow down the breakdown of bile, irritating the muscle lining of the stomach and reducing the absorption of actual nutrients. Titanium dioxide and cellular integrity, used solely as a chemical whitener, contain nanoparticles that can penetrate the gut epithelial cells and accumulate in the body tissues over time and potentially cause cellular and genetic damage. Cross-carbamylose sodium is a chemically altered wood pulp product added to pills to make them swell and burst when they hit moisture. These synthetic agents can trigger bloating, gas, and unexpected gut inflammation in some people. Think of it like trying to build a brick house, the mortar and the blueprints all at once. A synthetic vitamin tosses a single detached brick at your cells and leaves the body to clean it up the mess. Our bodies don't want the chemical puzzle. The body wants a complete living nourishment found in our gardens. As we close out this month-long journey of pulling back the curtain on the corporate system, we've looked at everything from what's on our plates to what's on our backs, and today we looked at what's inside the medicine cabinet. It all points back to one simple truth. Our bodies weren't designed to process a chemical plant. The body was designed to thrive on the living whole creation that God has provided for us. When we choose to step away from the synthetic illusions, the petroleum-derived vitamins and the plasticized pills, and the lab-made quick fixes, we are reclaiming our health the way our grandparents did. True wellness isn't something we buy in a plastic bottle at a big box store. It's something we build into our own soil, cultivate in our own garden, and preserve right in our kitchen. Keep it simple, keep it traditional, and keep nourishing a resourceful homestead. Read those labels and don't be tempted to buy fake supplements, vitamins, and herbal remedies. I know my body is a hot mess. From years of not knowing what I was taking was actually hurting me. The beautiful thing about the human body, especially when you live a life connected to the land, is its incredible resilience. The body has the ability to heal and regenerate once you stop feeding it synthetics and start nourishing it with the real thing. Every time you brew tea from whole, clean herbs, preserve real food in your kitchen, or choose unadulterated whole food sources, you are giving your body the exact tools it needs to clean your body and rebuild. Be on the lookout on Friday for more homesteading content. Until then, be blessed and a blessing. Here's some content I think you might like. Thank you for visiting our homestead. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hype, and share to help our small channel grow. See you next time for more simple living, frugal tips, and farmyard fun.